I want to highlight a few other aspects of paper one that you want to be aware of, you want to look over on the prompt. One is it's a process. It's a series of drafts, revisions, and outlines, and you need to follow each step of the process. I can't grade a final paper until all the steps have been submitted. Even if they're late, they have to be submitted before I can look even at a late paper. I want to remind you, too, that late work is always better than no work. The highest penalty is 10% off, so it's always worth turning in late, but there's no penalty if you reach out to me ahead of time. As you go through the process, there's going to be lots of support materials. There'll be a lecture, there'll be a rubric, there'll be a sample for each different type of paragraph that we'll do. In terms of feedback, I wish I could tell you I'm going to give you detailed feedback on every draft. There's just not time for that to happen. So what kind of feedback will you get? Well, first of all, you'll regularly be getting and giving peer feedback. And sometimes the giving is where you learn more even than the getting of peer feedback. You will have an oral conference with me about your paper where we'll look at aspects of your draft together and make suggestions for how to improve it. You'll text thesis and claim sentences to me and get one-to-one feedback on those. And I'll also require you to get to the writing center at least once during the paper. So those will be the ways that you get feedback during the writing process. When I grade the paper, you'll get a scored rubric as well as comments on the paper. It takes me about a half hour to 45 minutes to grade each paper, which is why it usually takes me about 2 weeks to get all the papers back. When I've graded a paper, that is not the end of the conversation. If you'd like to improve the grade on a paper or just improve the quality of your thinking and writing, you are welcome to rewrite that paper. You technically have all the way to the end of finals week to do that, but I will encourage you to try to do it by the end of week 16. So those are a few sort of core elements of the process beyond the structure of the paper, key policies to be thinking about as you work on this. Let me know if you need help with anything. I'm an email, cell phone, Zoom conference away.